Captain's Log Supplemental.
Hey Jeremy, you know those race cars you're busy building?
Yeah, I do. I
You,
got one that I'm looking at every day.
you know what I don't see you working on?
You don't see me working on the amazing Sentinel system yet.
That's true. It would take all of 10 minutes for you to have one.
And it's very quick and easy to install.
It is. It is. And we could watch you when we are not at the race with you and see how you're doing. And then we can call you up when you get out of the car and tell you everything you did wrong.
And I love that because so many years I've been driving and not been able to see what I'm doing.
I know.
And now we can.
I know. You know what I'd like to do with the video? My most favorite thing is I take the video and I load it on YouTube, and then I send it to my coach and say, look at 26 minutes and 17 seconds. Look at this one lap and tell me what I can do better. And every single time, you know what they say?
Everything.
Exactly. Precisely. So with the Sentinel system, you get instantaneous feedback plus useful feedback that unfortunately is accurate for my driving.
I think it's accurate for all of our driving.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's probably true. Yep. But you need to get one in your car, sir.
Yes, I do. And with the discount code that you're going to tell everybody, they can save 10% on this awesome system.
Yep. Trouble-free. I haven't had an issue getting video every time we've gone out with the Sentinel. It's always worked. Can't say the same for some of the other systems we've tried. So I don't know. It's on the podcast notes down there. Don't do it while you're driving, though. We like to have our listeners live. It's good.
Who hope to one day be the world's greatest driving heroes. Created from the cosmic legends of the universe comes our team captain, the Vision, Bill Fisher. And their soon-to-be Wonder Woman, Vicki Fisher. And our Captain Marvel and head flight trainee, Jennifer Scripchuk. Their mission, to fight injustice, share what is right and wrong, to get you out of your house and come out racing with them and serve all mankind. They are the Garage Heroes in Training Team.
Sure.
All right. Welcome to the Garage Heroes in Training podcast. What? We'll do it again. What? Somebody wanted something?
Yeah, this is a great start.
Hey!
I will say this is the first time we ever messed it up this fast, but we'll do it again.
What's going on?
Listen, you meatballs. Settle
Are you
down.
podcasting?
I know. I'm 700 in, and this is the first time we've messed it up that early. Usually I fumble over my words or something, but whatever. I would expect no less with this crew. Thank you very much. Expectations exceeded. All right. Welcome to the Garage Heroes in Training podcast. This is going to be one of those episodes. Anyway, I'm the only host because everybody else has a life and things to do but me. Anyway, we have friends. We have friends that we rooted for. We met them first time in person, I believe, at last year's NJMP, where they kicked it off pretty hard and pretty mighty. Got a little dejected. I tried to talk them off the ledge. They decided, hey, this looks like a great idea, and continued. And then they, I believe the word is, had a slight incident at Thompson the next race. But like every true Lemons racing team, they're dumb enough to keep coming back. So they came back again, with almost the same car, almost the same theme, but done just better. So I would say, who are my guests? But since I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of you, you guys figure it out.
We're a
Who's here?
deal. You get the whole family. You get the family.
This is about the family.
Well, I'll start off. I'm Mike.
I'm Steph.
I'm Ali.
I'm Heather.
I'm Brian.
I'm Josh.
There's a quiz at the end for all our listeners, so that's okay.
I'm Tracy, aka Nona.
No? Okay,
This is
very
Pope
good.
Randy.
Randy, aka the Pope.
The Pope? It's not
Or
the
Shabby.
Pope. The Pope, yes.
Savvy's coming, I think.
Okay.
One more might be coming in.
We got a commando person at MAS 50, whoever that is.
That sounds like Mike.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Very well.
Which one?
Savical.
One of them. It's okay. So anyway, you guys kind of did something, little something something, and then
You did a thing?
you did it the little bit of thing, and then you knew a guy, and you knew another guy, and you kind of did what you got to do, and you doed it.
You got it done.
Exactly.
It's done.
We done do it.
So NJMP, reigning gears and gasoline, Halloween meets gasoline champions.
Yes, sir.
Hey! Hey! Oh!
Exactly.
Finally, we are redeemed.
Finally, you've done 3 races. Stop it. My God. Oh, finally.
I mean, I don't want to take all the credit, but I will say I was the one who joined the team. We won the award. You know.
He did get the fastest lap too. So
Yeah, but I don't think they give the Halloween and gasoline just for going quick.
No,
No.
definitely not. Usually it's inverse to that. Yes.
Yeah.
Very well. All right. I know what you did. A lot of people know what you did, but just in case some people didn't know, let's start with last year. Let's go back to the beginning.
It was Inception, yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to go by screens. We're going with Sean and Abby. Sean and Abby, what was last year like?
Shabby. Here we
Shabby.
are.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very nice.
It was when I rank my life events,
Mhm.
it's wedding, children, lemons,
Yeah.
and not necessarily even in that order. So yeah, I won't say the order. My wife is next to me, so I guess I got to put wedding up there.
No, you don't. No.
Yeah, no, last year was chaos without even knowing what we're getting into. Mike put together a really good team, and his opening statement was, "Who's dumb enough to do this with me?" And we all, yeah.
Well, to
So,
be
without question.
fair, if you knew what you were getting into, you wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, well,
No. So we got into it.
yeah.
We survived. We didn't crash the car. We did our best. And then we
Mhm.
went out and bought more Mini Coopers
Mhm.
and practiced all year so that we could be better for this one.
Exactly.
That's right. Yeah.
So your theme for last year was what was the car and what was the theme?
The car was a 2003 Mini, and the brainchild came from watching all the recap videos from the Lemons web YouTube channel.
Mhm.
And you always have a good theme, something to come up with. And I wanted to do a Mini, and everybody always thinks, doing the Italian job. Pip pip cheerio, 3 Mini stealing gold. We're gonna do this thing, and I was.
Mhm.
As a Mini guy, you hate hearing it because it's like we've heard this enough. We don't care anymore. But I was like, if we could just turn this on its side a little bit,
Mhm.
and we just play Italian themed, American Italian. We're gonna go mafia. We're gonna go, the suits, the gold chains, the whole bit. It opens the doors, and so it was like, let's go that route, and we can really. We can explore so many options with this. Like it's unlimited. We're not limited to much of what we can or can't do, and that's what we ended up going with.
Okay. So home game players, you took the Italian job, crossed it with The Sopranos, Godfather, and Goodfellas, and put a little, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania in. You spiced it up. Plus,
Put some gabagool. Put some
Yeah.
gabagool in there.
a little bit of that, and a yellow suit. We need the story on the yellow suit.
Yes. Alina was coming.
So I'll try to hyper-abridge this as much as I can. So the yellow suit is mine. It was my wedding tux when I married Heather here.
Yes.
Heather, did you have any input into this tux?
I was all for it.
Okay. All right.
Because to start, I love the uniqueness of it, but it is really special and just encapsulates our relationship as well as the yellow Mini Cooper that facilitated our meeting. He's going to get into.
So we met.
So there was drinking involved. Okay, I got it.
Like the whole year of wedding planning, nonstop. That is the candid answer.
So I met Heather because I got the Mini. I'd come back to Philly. I was down in Virginia, actually near VIR, working, living for a little bit. I said, I need a car that I can drive all year, but would be fun on track. So I got a Mini Cooper. When I got back to Philly, I'm like, Philly Mini Club. Let me join other weirdos like me. And it was great. And we had a mutual friend who was living out in Danville, kept bugging me to come see her house. I'm like, I know what a house looks like. Come to Philly. There's things to do. But one of the rallies ended in Jim Thorpe, an hour from Danville. So I said, okay, Liz, I'll come see your place. We'll hang out. She says, I'm going to bring my friend Heather. She loves metal and she's cute. And I said, I like those words. So Heather and I met because of the Yellow Mini. This would later reappear at our wedding because we had it at a car museum. We said, let's have our cars there. So her bright green Mustang, my bright yellow Mini, the Mini inspired my suit. And that's how I ended up with this suit. And then once Marzo said, let's do this Lemons race, I said, absolutely. And Heather's like, you should wear the suit. You should wear the tux. It's like Fredo in Godfather 2 with his yellow suit jacket. I'm like, yeah, sure. So that's how it ended up being the Lemons thing. Marzo convinced me in like 20 seconds that this was the correct thing to do when I had it out.
The best part of that suit is the inner liner of it too.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, Ollie, tell them about that.
So the liner, I'll grab it in a second. I know this is audio podcast, but we're all video here. You can see it.
It's in the back room, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get it.
Okay. So it's a bunch of pictures of me and Heather on track, the Mini and the Mustang together. It's embroidered in a few spots with like meaningful stuff for us, the wedding date, Mini and Mustang, some other little things. But yeah, the tux was quite the little project, and
it was
I would not have anticipated having more opportunities to wear the suit I got married in, let alone
encouraged to wear nonetheless.
So let me get this straight. Yellow tux, not well, obviously because of the wedding. Got that. Yes, I am very familiar with the liner. It is fantastic.
Okay.
Yellow tux to a Lemons race because you want to do Godfather 2, not because it's a Lemons race. A lemon race.
Well,
side benefit.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes you don't think of the most obvious thing.
Okay. Just going with it. All right. So as I spoke to Mike and he's like, hey, is it just me or the whole team? I said, well, it's really up to you. But when it gets over 4, I start losing control. I didn't even get through hello on this one, and I lost control. So we're gonna go with some follow-up questions. Josh, what were you doing? What was your contribution to this crazy? Oh no, we're wearing the tux for the podcast.
Properly dressed.
This year I crewed. Last year I drove, and besides that, I was just really loud.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were.
I'm still hoarse.
No,
and between then and now, he's grown his beard quite a bit more.
I was gonna say the dude's taking something for that, because that is quite the woolly Z top you got going there. Well on your way to trying out to be the new bass player, but that's fine.
Yeah.
All right, so Brian, you've been way too quiet. How did you get involved with this crazy Looney Tunes and the team?
Probably the stupidest way possible. I mean,
that's Lemons, baby.
Yeah, I bought a Cooper back in November. A buddy of mine who's a fan of them has had like 3 of them, I think. As I was getting ready to buy it, I'm buying it from another friend of mine, and I was just like, well, I got to have this thing checked out. It was her uncle's who died. She was in charge of selling off his stuff. She was like, hey, I've got these cars. I came in on the back half of a conversation where she was talking about selling off one of them, and then she mentioned, oh, and I've got this Cooper I got to get rid of. I've always kind of wanted one. My wife really wanted one. So I was like, that's interesting. Let me talk about that real quick. So to get it checked out, because she knew nothing about it, my buddy Dave says, oh, go to Mike Marzo. He's the only one to talk to. Dropped it off to him. He fixed it all up. we
Is
bought
she
the
wearing
car.
is she wearing a jacket with very long arms when she says that? I'm just curious. No, just sorry. Sorry, keep going. My bad.
So when I was picking it up, I don't even remember how we got on the conversation, but I do autocross. Me and Josh autocross together, and he was like, "Yeah, oh, it's funny. I have a race team. You know, we're running a mini and this, that, and the other thing. And we had 10 people on our team, so I'm going to run a second car next year." I was like, "Hey, if you need another driver, I'd be definitely be interested. Like, give me a call, let me know." Thinking there's no way this dude who I have known for all of about 20 minutes is going to let me drive his race car. He says, "Sure, I'll put you on the list." Started talking. I think I met the other 9 people on this call for all of half an hour during one meeting before we started driving together. And he's just like, "Yeah, go ahead out, drive my car. I don't care." And yeah, just that's how I met everyone here.
Well,
so he goes to his mechanic, and the mechanic says, "Hey, do you want to race?" That's almost like going to your doctor, and your doctor saying, "Hey, I have a surgery next week. Do you want to join?"
Right? I mean, it's not like he threw me in a life and death situation where I could utterly destroy everyone's weekend by smashing a car into a wall or anything,
Low pressure.
Right? Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. What screens have we done? The Tracy screen. How did you guys get involved?
Oh.
No.
None. What are those
None.
balls doing? Show me your
Those
balls.
balls.
Now this is an audio only podcast.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I'm the president of Philly Mini currently, and Mike kind of brought it up at 2 years ago, I think, at one of our member meetings that he was doing this. And I'm like, "Yep, the club's 100% behind you." I can't drive the car. I'm not that good at stick. I've done track nights, but I'm not that good at stick. But I said,
Have you seen the rest of this team?
I can feel
The bar is low. I mean, bar is low.
Ollie can
I
drive.
said, I might not be able to drive, but I can theme the crap out of something.
Mm-hmm.
So I joined the classy broads here, the wives and such that weren't driving, and we just came up with the theme. This year really kind of took off, and contrary to him knowing anything, he ended up as the Pope wearing fishnet stockings.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll get to this year. Don't worry. We got
There are a lot of photos floating around out there. That's proof.
Yep. No one on this call is getting elected to any public office, which is probably a good plan. So is it true, Miss, that you are the originator of the ankle bracelets?
No, that was, I believe, Steph, right? Did you come up? Yeah. Yes, Steph came up. She spent hours painting little jewelry boxes and putting bling all over them. I mean, they were fantastic. Yes. We had more pictures taken of our ankles and our feet in the last
and then sold them.
That sounds like an OnlyFans in the making. But anyway,
you gotta fund it any way you can.
I know. Right. Racing's expensive, baby. Gotta get this car on track. All right, let's see. Who else have we not had? Mass 50, who's conveniently not giving me any hints on names, but that's fine. It's fine. How about you? How'd you get involved with these Looney Tunes? I mean, this team.
Audio check.
Audio check.
Oh, official.
Here we go. Yeah, so my name's Mike. Go by Savvy.
Okay.
Pretty much a very similar story. Just friends with Barza, when he brought this whole thing up 2 years ago, was a matter of, yeah, why not? I'm dumb enough to do this shit. So let's give it a go.
Okay.
Last year I was one of the drivers. This year, like Josh, I was just on the crew. Pretty much spent most of my time second half of Saturday and Sunday down on the other side of the overpass, basically as a spotter where I could see pretty much from like turns 4 through 12, and was able to give all the drivers, as they were rotating through the car, heads up as to what was going on that far side of the track.
Yeah, we had enough cars where that is a underutilized but very valuable position.
Yeah,
as we found out.
Yeah. Yep. Indeed, perhaps maybe if somebody was on the front stretch of Thompson. Anyway,
Too soon. Too soon.
too soon. I thought we were getting close to a 1 year anniversary.
Yeah.
You thought I'd forget about it. No.
Didn't see none.
No, didn't see nothing. No, didn't see no break either. But anyway, so NJMP this year, you guys did your Italian job thing, but better.
Yeah, Vinny's
Turned into
revenge.
11.
Vinny's revenge.
So you guys were a little dejected last time we spoke, and it sounded like your Lemon's frustration was, you've done one race and you haven't won the ultimate award. How dare they? And talked you a little bit off the ledge. You recalibrated. You circled the wagons. You got a little pasta. You got a little gabagool.
Pasta.
You got a little
Confession booth.
You put the ankle bracelets close enough together, the people lost their minds, like, what are those people doing together? And you came up with a new theme that was so different from last year. So different. Who wants
really
to take
pushed
the
the
lead on
boundaries.
that one?
Well, after last year, I took it a little personally, just like we came out guns blazing because that, like, everything I've read, everything I saw about lemons is, the sillier you can get, the better you are for that.
Yes.
And we're not here to win a race. We're here to have some fun, and I think we have a great idea.
You did.
Let's shoot for it. And so we came, like, I thought we didn't leave anything, like, we came out guns blazing. Everything we could possibly do, we did for the first race. And there were a lot of really good themes, but I think we just did ours better.
But you did lose to a car that took a crap on the judges.
And apparently that's all it needed to be. So, that was the one angle we didn't see coming.
Yeah.
And I had actually reached out to the judges because I didn't want to, like, if we come back with the same thing, is that like, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of a faux pas to run the same theme twice?
No. There's people who run the same theme for 10 years.
Judges, and they're like, listen, you guys did a great job. It was just a really, really tight year this year. And like you don't know how close you were. And it's like, come back, do it again, try it again.
But
so
better.
it was like, okay. And that
Boy,
was
did we.
group and kind of figure out what we're doing.
Bigger.
And, as things start to simmer and ideas start to set in, you get a lot of weird ideas. And a lot of them came to fruition this year.
Well,
Mike's Facebook Marketplace is an amazing thing. The things that showed up there, it's shocking.
Yeah.
So
a bowl of pasta the week before.
Yeah. The week of
two bowls of pasta.
Yeah.
That's perfectly proportionate to the car.
Yeah.
So the team philosophy that we have is, if you think of it, you have to do it. If you think you shouldn't do it, then you really have to do it. So you guys fulfilled. You guys were like, you were part of the team. You did exactly what we say and came home the winner.
Yeah.
So
yes, indeed.
Let's start with the car. The car was similar yet different.
So it was kind of like the $6 million man. We had a little incident at Thompson. As Brian said, you hand somebody the car in hopes they don't wreck it, and unfortunately, that one got wrecked. And in I don't know if it was a fever dream we had, but it was the first hour of the first day when everything went sideways, and our, as we like to say, the world just came in around our driver, and we had nowhere to go.
Yep.
And he just got caught in a bad position and ended up hitting somebody else and wadded up the car pretty good. Crushed a frame rail, totaled the front end out, messed up all the suspension. It was a bad day.
Yep.
So we had this stupid idea that we were just going to buy another car, cut out the frame, weld it in, and just run it Sunday. And it was about 9:30 at night on Saturday when we finally had the thing apart enough to check it up. We had the rail cut and sectioned. We were just about ready to like mock it up, and we realized once we mocked it up that the whole support was still like an inch to the right. So we knew at that point there's something bent further back that we don't see, and that's the end of our weekend.
Right.
And so we took the race car back to my buddy's house in Connecticut, and I towed the parts car, the donor car home. and we parted out the donor car, and then we brought home the race car, and then we straightened out the race car, and now the race car has a new front end. Or I should say another front end.
Another front end, yes. Yes, I believe new and another are synonymous in this case.
Yeah.
A hood job.
So theme-wise, the car similar yet different. Who wants to talk about theming of the car? Don't all jump at once here.
The pasta idea, I mean, Mike had the idea of putting the tablecloth on top, which was brilliant. But it seemed naked last year. Like, okay, it's a tablecloth. And I think even last year, Mike, like you wanted to put a plate or some wine glasses or something on it, like a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seemed naked last year. It had a gold chain, hair, all over the front hood.
And let's not forget the hair wasn't secured, so it flapped as you drove.
Exactly, like all GTA drivers of New Jersey vintage from my year growing up, as it should. And that seemed naked to you, like, oh, too subtle.
Well, the tablecloth seemed naked. We needed some food up there to really drive home the point for those that weren't getting it, that this was an Italian themed car. You know,
have you seen you people?
I mean, to be fair, with all minis, the roof is always something. So having a checkered, tablecloth roof doesn't look out of place to have that on top of a mini. Like that seems like a normal mini roof if you don't put spaghetti on it.
That is the first feeble excuse I will tolerate for this. But, okay, so go ahead, talk about your naked mini with the gold chains and the hair. Go ahead, come on.
Well, I think it's Josh. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, you can't forget the plastic on the seat too.
Exactly.
Yes, plastic and a doily on our seat.
Yep.
Don't call Mike a doily. That's really impolite.
Yeah. And as Josh pointed out, Facebook Marketplace, like you come up with an idea and you put it in the search bar, and you'll find six different things. And we actually started going down the road of the religion thing. Most Italian families, they're very deep into the Catholicism for forgiving their sins and all that. And
so we're going Godfather 3 in this one. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. So it just keeps going further and further, and you go down this whole rabbit hole of things. And so you got your Italian family, and they all have the plastic coverings on the seats and the doilies, and so it all just kind of pieces together. You said you got an idea, you got to do it. I think that's what happened.
And then
we had this idea that we were actually working on previously of like this year we went up like judges love stuff on the roof, like more roof mounted things. I remember saying somebody said that, and it was like that stuck in my head, and it was like we need to put like something on the roof, and I was like spaghetti and meatballs, maybe we can figure something out. And so we were trying multiple different, I should say the team was trying, I had nothing to do with this, of like how to set this up, how to put it together. Josh's girl was putting together, like trying to make meatballs, and we were trying to figure out how to do it. And she was taking we had like paper mache wrapped basketballs, and like she hands me one, and it's got to be 7-8 pounds of like this solid ball. I'm like, if this sits on the roof, it comes loose. It's going to come through somebody's car and kill somebody. Like, we got to figure something out. And because
we didn't
is
see
not
anything.
listening to you, out of the blue, I get recommended this listing that somebody had locally, that they had some sort of like double dare challenge they were doing. And they had these 2 kiddie pools that they made up like spaghetti and meatballs. And I was like, if that's not perfect, I don't know what is. And so I immediately called her up, and I think I offered her half what she was asking. And she was like, well, I've got other people. And I was like, well, how much do you want for it? I'll take it right now. Right now, give it to me. I don't care who else is getting it. We need this right now. And so we came back, and we ended up mocking it up. And originally I had this idea of like we were going to have a plate, and it was going to be on top. And I was like, why do we need a plate? Just put it on there. Like it looks like it's on the roof. Nobody cares. So we ended up making a panel, and we cut out the center so the number was still visible through the roof. And then we were able to secure everything down so the noodles would still flap in the wind. And they had these it was expanding foam is what it ended up being to look like these meatballs. And I secured them down, and it looked great. It ran great I think we only had one casualty of our noodles the whole race, so that was good.
Which they announced over the PA. Oh, come get your noodle.
Would the owner of the noodles please come to the tower?
It was
We
during
found
practice.
it for you.
Mike, I don't
There's
even
spaghetti on the
know.
track. Can someone please collect it? We're like,
Yes.
we're not saying it's our spaghetti, but we'll take it.
I mean, your Italian theme, you're going to use the spaghetti. It'll be fine.
Yeah, Mike, I don't think you even know that I had a guy come up to me who was taking pictures of the car and everything like that. That lady that made those 2 giant pools of spaghetti, it was for someone's birthday. It was done on like a dare thing, some kid's birthday,
Like a double dare,
and it went viral. So this guy was taking pictures and posting it to this viral post about these spaghetti things that look what I found and where it ended up.
That's great.
Wow.
I would love to see that thread somewhere.
That's cool.
Well, feel free to share it with us, and we will post it with the podcast, because things like this need to be multiplied as best we can. So we've got a car. It's got I believe it has the gold chain. I believe it has a slightly modified, perhaps manscaped hair, and pasta noodles and sauce on the roof. Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Of course.
So far, so good. Yes, you have everything.
As well it should.
Gold chain.
Gold chain, yeah.
With the cross, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Don't
I mean,
forget the spaghetti and meatballs on the fork for the pit stop flag.
that's true.
Yes.
Yeah. We're getting to paddock now. Okay, so we're going to do paddock separate from judging area. So.
Okay. All right.
So, who wishes to describe the chaos? I mean, the genius of your paddock game.
That is all Tracy.
Tracy?
Let's hand it off to Steph.
Yeah, I think Steph took over the paddock. All I did was the flag.
Okay.
Come on, Mama Marzo.
Like
Steph, you've been volunteered.
Off track, like everything we did.
Yeah, that's okay. Everything in the paddock. Okay. When I was in college, I worked at Buca di Beppo.
Oh, God.
And that's exactly what I thought of. Because there is more is more is more. There's no room on the walls. There's giant pictures, there's bigger pictures of Sinatra than the Pope. And just the giant crystal chandelier with the grapes and the wine bottles and the hair and the zhuzhing and the track suits. Everybody really brought some talent to the group, and it just made everything better because you're bouncing ideas off each other, and we could do this, we could do this, and it just keeps building off of that. And it's just fun because this is not really the situation where you go, that's dumb, let's not do that. It was like everything, let's do that immediately.
Yeah.
So we may need to translate for the non-Northeast Italian people. Can you please define for us zhuzhing? I am fluent. You know, I mean, we have a story of my first girlfriend. We'll go into that after the podcast. That's on the OnlyFans channel. Yes, zhuzhing, please.
Zhuzhing. You're zhuzhing it up.
It's hard to put into words.
I'm
That's why I
waiting for the
didn't do it.
definition of this.
Words that you're making it better. You're making it brighter, more colorful. Not necessarily literally, but that you're bringing up the mood and the value and the shtick, which is another word I just added to the vocabulary list, which means MO, let's say, like that.
Yep. Okay.
But yeah, like we had the ankle monitors. We should definitely give props to our friend Tonya, who did a spectacular job this year and last year. She's the one that made our aprons. She made, that Pope suit that she made is going into the Hall of Fame because there was so much effort put into it.
I think the new Pope has asked for it, actually.
Yes.
Well, he's a Villanova grad. He probably knows about you guys.
Yes.
But she even worked in Velcro so he could do rip away legs and arms for when he gets hot. Like she didn't just do it, to make it look funny. She did it for comfort.
Is that why for when it gets hot? I thought it was for action.
No, we weren't trying to like magic Mike the Pope.
It could be both. It could be both.
I mean, it is a Lemon's Paddock with what happens in a
It
Lemon's
had a
Paddock.
reversible cape. The cape was white on one side with a blinged out 53 on the back, and you flipped it over. It had leopard piping all the way around the collar, and the flip side was the red gingham tablecloth with another blinged out 53 on it. Like it was costume quality tailored.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Yeah. It was a centerpiece.
Okay.
Well,
And
not to
then
mention he did have sequined fishnet tights and Villanova socks,
Which he brought himself, and we don't know where they came from.
oh, listen to this crowd. We don't know where they came from. That's what you're telling me.
We said, don't do that. Don't do that. And he was all about
He's like, I got these. I bring them from my.
And if you know anything about Randy, he's very outspoken.
I'm going to say that's the line we're drawing in the sand is, I don't know where those came from. The rest of it's fine.
Yeah.
We're drawing the line. Okay.
They
All
don't
right.
call
So
me Silent Randy for nothing.
no, there's a lot of things that aren't for nothing in this team. So that describes the general attire of the team is pretty much New York, New Jersey, upstate kind of Italian American,
like we
to the extreme.
Definitely. We weren't the wives on The Sopranos. We were the Gumars. Like take all this stuff and add, I don't know, bra straps showing.
Yeah, I mean Mike's was showing, so that
class it up a little bit. Oh yeah, Mike.
So Mike, are they ever going to get you a shirt that's like somewhat clean?
It's heritage now.
Okay.
It's heritage that we have to continue.
That shirt looks like it could stand in the corner.
It winked at me when I put it in the washer.
Oh!
Wait, you put it in the washing machine?
No one can tell.
By itself, no other laundry at the time.
Yeah, that's probably wise.
Did it climb back out?
It's probably the wisest thing we've had on this podcast. Anyway. All right, so that covers Paddock. You guys had I don't want to call it advertisement, but signage over your garage, because why wouldn't you?
Of course.
I mean, how silly of me to even think that'd be a question.
We can credit Josh with the awesome signs, and Sean made up these awesome wanted posters with, I was about to say shtick again, with the little blip for everybody. Like everybody brought so much effort into this.
I was in the restroom. It just happens to be I'm in the restroom when all of a sudden I start seeing these wanted posters.
Unwanted.
Yes, I'm aware. And I'm reading it, and it was the first one that was up, so it wasn't quite apparent. Yeah. And I'm like, what did this girl do? I'm like, why, what, how? And then all of a sudden, by the time I finished and washed my hands, and the whole wall is just plastered, and I'm like, oh. Marzo.
So it was funny when I put those up. I was in the restroom afterwards, and there was someone at the urinal, and he's like, looking at the wall, and I'm washing my hands, and he looks over at me, and he looks back at the poster, and I'm like, you didn't see nothing. He's like, no, I didn't see nothing. Like, okay, because
it was weird.
Right, you didn't see nothing.
Where they first was, it's a men's bathroom, so figure it out. And there's like a guy who apparently has a Porsche, and he's wanting to sell it, but he knows what he's got, because I'm looking at the price going, dude, no, you're off by like a factor of 2. And then there's this, help find this girl, and I'm sitting there going, what is going on here? Like, what did she do? Because she looked almost normal. Almost. It's your team. I mean, really. And it happened to be this lady I've seen. She hangs out with this guy with this banana suit. I don't know. I don't know. There's something apparently. There's medical issues on that, but whatever, it's fine. Hopefully they'll find her. It would be
No,
nice.
that wasn't. I don't know who she was.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Still in the loose from what I hear.
Yeah, it's okay. She seems nice, a little wacky, but she would belong on your team. I'm just saying, perhaps.
Yeah.
All right, and then in true, if it's worth overdoing fashion, the judges area. Also,
what about it?
Was able to participate in said theme in multiple ways. Let's go with the.
Did we have something at the judges area? I don't remember.
It was tiny. You might have missed it if you went there. Let's go.
The poster, right? Just something small.
Not something. It was tiny. Let's go with the BS tech, and then we'll go with the entire festivities that you unleashed upon it.
So this all started from once again Facebook post in one of the Lemons groups of somebody.
I don't want to see what your Facebook suggestions are from after this race.
Yeah, and trust me, it gets weirder as it goes.
I'm thinking.
And somebody had posted, the running gag of bribes are hard, and it was a set of chairs and a kneeling bench from a church.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like somebody posted as a gag, and it was like, this would be hysterical to have like a confessional. Like the judges sit, you come and confess your black flags to the judges. This is hysterical. But they wanted way too much money for it. And it was like, I lowballed them something like, nah, forget it. And at our the first team meeting of the year, I brought it up. I found this, and it was this idea I had, but I wasn't sure. And I think it was Sean and I were like, you have to get this. This is a great idea.
Yes.
Get it now. I'll split it with you. It's like, okay, I guess we're doing this. And of course, it's sold. So once you have a terrible idea, what do? You start looking some more. And so I looked up confessional on Facebook Marketplace as we're sitting there. And lo and behold, we found an actual confessional from a church.
Wasn't it a church?
Well, it started in a church somewhere.
It started in a church, but okay, there's some story
by the time
to
it
this.
got to me, it had a rather
colorful.
had a warehouse.
You froze on it. It was like
Yeah.
Patient.
So it started out life at a church somewhere. By the time I got it out of a warehouse that somebody must have had it in a bar somewhere, is the story I heard.
That's the story.
It had a ring light in the back of it and had a camera set up. And it was a selfie booth. As the story goes,
selfie booth. Is there quotes around selfie booth, or
that's what I was told?
Okay.
And as they explained the story, that the once it was removed from the bar for whatever reason, I guess there was a laptop that held all these pictures, and most of them were of young ladies sharing themselves with the camera.
I was going to say there may not be a reason to take that black light and go investigate that.
No.
Okay.
So then I ended up with it, and we got to that was going to be our crowning jewel of our bribes for the judges. And it just so happened that we were talking as well of wouldn't it be hilarious to find some old couch for Nana's living room and give it to the judges so they have somewhere to sit, because they're always sitting in folding chairs, whatever. And on my way back from picking up the confessional, not a quarter mile away from my house, there is a beige couch and matching love seat for free.
Idiots.
And we were like, well, we're coming home with me now. So we brought that home. We brought the confessional home. Steph was out, one day yard sailing and found this little coffee table thing. She's like, well, that's coming home with us. That's going in the living room. And so we had this idea that I was the way I wanted to play it out is the first year we had gone out, the judges were like, oh, well, you're going to be in Class A, blah, blah, blah. And then they started rousing a little bit about the car. And I was hoping they were going to rouse us a little bit about Class A. And I was going to say, hold on, wait, and bring in the couch. That didn't quite happen. The couch just came in anyway. No big deal. So we just start setting up pretty much in Anna's living room. In the judges area. We have a couch, covered in plastic, a love seat covered in plastic, a coffee table that we've set up with candy dishes with hard candy and Jesus and Sinatra, because why not?
I mean, you're in New Jersey.
Yeah, I mean, again, why does it have to be and or,
Or is no
Why not
fun,
both?
and
Yeah.
so much more fun.
Yeah.
And so the judges are getting a good laugh out of that. And I think it was I can't remember the judge's name. That was
Randy?
no, it was
Eric?
no. Wood, was that it? Timber?
Oh, Tim Burr, yeah. Wood,
I
what
think
can
was-
it do?
Yeah. I was talking to him and he's like, "Are you bribing?" And I was like, "Oh, we are bribing." And so we had originally wrapped the confessional up in just like a tarp so you couldn't see what it was. It was just this obelisk that we had been carting around on the back of our K truck for our pit vehicle, and we had wheeled it up next to the garage on the other side because you come in the one side and pull through.
Mm-hmm.
And we unveiled it to the shock and awe of the paddock, the judges, and everybody, and it was a hit.
Mm-hmm. Was this before or after Three Pedal had put their glory hole in the same area?
I think
similar,
it was there
but different.
before.
Similar,
we were
but
there.
different.
Yeah, we were there pretty early, I
Okay.
think.
Yeah.
The three pedal was already set up at that point. I think I saw it there, but I don't know what it was at that time when I first saw it. But
That's what everybody's saying now. I don't know what that was. I have
Yeah,
no
no
idea.
idea.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, I had a black flag, shame, but it was surreal pulling up to a confessional with your helmet on, strapped into the race car, shut the car off, and the judge slides the little window over and says, "You've been doing impure driving."
How long has it been since your last black flag?
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
And
So
don't forget, he hit you with the holy water.
Yes, the holy
Yeah.
water.
Oh, holy water.
Yeah, they say it's water. But anyway, it's lemons. You never know. It's whatever.
Yeah.
All right. So there's your festivities. And then I believe there's one more piece that you guys, in the tradition of and not or, the potluck.
Oh.
Oh, well, there was also, before that, we also had the wine caddy next to the sofa, which I was amazed that one bottle, like one of the bottles of wine, survived the entire weekend without someone just nipping it.
They probably didn't know it was real.
Yeah, that was my inclination. Hey, let's not forget about Nona's balls.
Shameless plug.
I tried to go get some, but apparently I was too late and they were gone.
No,
I was
they were gone. They were good.
I was even wearing my Marzo mechanical shirt and I got nothing. I'm like a sponsored driver and I got squadouche fits in this team.
Yeah.
Okay. So
the balls got gobbled up real quick.
They did. All right. So so what happened at the potluck, guys?
So we have a friend of ours that she likes to cook, but she doesn't know how to cook for one person.
Oh, that's no fun.
So I said, "Hey, you make a lasagna that knocks everybody's socks off. Could you make us one?" And she said, "Sure thing." And she said, "It's done." And I said, "Great." And I came over and there was a serving tray that had to be as big as my head, probably twice as big.
For those home players, that's quite large.
Yeah. It was we waited because we were trying to figure 23 pounds. 23 pounds of lasagna.
Snack size.
It was the size of a sofa cushion.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Like,
and it probably came wrapped in plastic.
And Steph has always, she's made this before, this thing called a timpano, which is pretty much like an all meat lasagna, but it has like a bread outing to it that you make in a bowl and you turn it upside down and it has a very great presentation. So we brought that as well, along with all of the other accoutrement that we have for our potluck. Unfortunately, we were trying to weasel into the middle there, and somehow Three Pedal kept pushing us back, so we ended up at the back of the pack. But
so you're understating it a little bit. So I believe one of your disciples, because honestly, this isn't a team. Who knows what this is? But requested to be able to serve everyone, and Chrissy being Chrissy, that denied this request. So therefore, you guys said, well, if you're not going to let us serve in the line, we're going to set our own line and take care of it ourselves. I believe this is what transpired during this, sir.
Actually,
Something
I
along
think
those
it
lines.
happened last year.
2
We
years
were
in a
all
row.
trying for the potluck. So
Mhm.
I said, let's do like they do in the Goodfellas movie where everybody's standing in line waiting to get in this restaurant. And the mob comes in with his girlfriend. So they take a table and carry it all the way down front and set it up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we created a table last year and we took the whole family and we marched ourselves right in there and set our table down. So
Okay.
we did it again this year.
Well,
Yeah.
I would
If
expect
everyone
no
else
less.
brought a dish, we brought a table.
That's right.
Right. One dude brought a suckling pig. That was glorious.
That was
Yeah.
delicious.
And I have to add, our very good friend Joe Cancelier made the timpano. Her and I have made it together, but this was her contribution to our team, and obviously, I think it made a huge impact.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many guys came up to me as I was cutting and serving the timpano that just had that 1,000-yard stare looking at it,
Yeah.
going, I don't know what that is, but it's beautiful, and I have to have someplace.
Yeah.
They were super into it. And I feel
Yeah.
like that we set the bar. I feel like now it's going to have to be a thing every year. It's going to be happening every year.
We're literally going to have an Italian catering group in there.
Well, and the other thing too, is because it was so large, heating it up, we had to work out. I mean, Mike and Steph worked out logistics of getting it to the restaurant at NJMP ahead of time to get this thing from frozen to ready to serve.
Right.
Because we couldn't put it in the camper. We couldn't put, there was no other ovens that were large enough to house this thing. And so the logistics around that were amazing, and they got it done. So, yeah.
Hey, who cares about the car racing? Let's get this thing heated up.
Yeah.
Food.
Big shout out to the guys over at Poppy over at NJMP.
Yeah, Poppy.
Poppy.
Well, it's not like they're going to forget about it. But anyway, so let's pretend there was a race. How'd the racing go this year? You had the okay New Jersey, not so good Thompson. This one?
I think this one went very well.
I think so.
We had a little bit of a hiccup on Friday during test day, which is when you want your hiccup to happen. So that turned into a real late night of wrenching and trying to get it squared away. But as of like Saturday, Sunday, we drove all day. I don't think we had any real. We had one black flag. We had to sit out for a little bit, but other than that,
We had three black
the car
flags.
ran good. Everybody seemed to be happy in it. I didn't get to drive this year, so the drivers. What did you guys think?
So I was apparently cursed because going back as I said, I met Mike just literally dropping my car off to be repaired. He told me about the car, but the car was at that point, I think, still in repair.
Probably
damaged. When I came over the one time for the meeting, you said, go ahead and take it out. It's loud. It is technically street legal, but you can drive it around the block. So I did get that opportunity. The first time to actually drive the car was when we went up to Pocono, and there was an incident where you want to say what happened, Mike, or I don't want to out you,
but mechanics say you're nothing, the end of the world.
I didn't actually get the chance to drive it up there, so I brought my own Mini out and had some fun there. Then I was the first person to drive it Friday morning at practice, and Mike switched out the wheels and said, just be careful. Those are brand new tires, never been out on the track, so they're going to be a little greasy. They were very greasy because they were overinflated by about 15 pounds. So almost went off track several times because I had no traction. I was the last person to drive on Friday, and I couldn't get the car into reverse. And Mike kept telling me, well, no, there's a lockout. You got to hold this. I'm like, I know how reverse works in this car, man. I drive one. I can't get in reverse. It just goes into first.
Why are you on a track going into reverse?
Well, I was just trying to get out of the garage. And that's what Mike said. You don't need reverse. Help me. Everyone pushed me out, got me on track, got me running. Everything was fine until I shifted into fourth. Redlined the car, or shifted to fifth, redlined the car immediately and almost blew the engine because fifth gear didn't exist. Fifth gear was third gear. So I almost money shifted the car the first time I tried to get onto the straight. I was like, well, I have no fifth gear. Let's try six. Nope, six isn't there anymore. That's still fourth. Radioed in, said, I have no reverse. I have no fifth. I have no sixth. Something is very, very wrong with our car. So that was my practice. I was 0 for 3 getting to practice that car on track. And yeah, then Mike and Josh got to work in and used Josh's car as a bit of a donor car again, stripping parts for it.
Which then didn't work, so we had to put them back in.
Yeah.
It happens. I mean, that's lemons.
But all was good on Saturday, and I was going to be the 5th driver. I did make the request to Heather to please bring it back in one piece because I've never gotten to drive this car 100%.
And I did that for you, and you
did it perfectly. You did a wonderful job, and yeah. Then the actual racing was amazing.
So 131 cars this year. That was a light load for NJMP. Usually we're a little north of that, but still kind of crowded. Who are our black flag? I know Sean apparently claims one. Oh, yellow.
I was one also.
Oh, that's 3.
So I was the second one.
Okay.
I got flagged for contact.
What
incidental? They just I got my mirror folded in, and
naughty boy.
It happens.
It's not
it was that or kill the dude to my right. I chose.
All right, that's fine. We'll go with that.
I chose non-violence this time.
Sean, what was your incident?
That damn octopus.
Turn 8.
I decided I wanted to take a little off-road line and see how that would work if I could, but it didn't work, so I didn't do it again the rest of the race. But they don't like that, so
no.
It's kind of had to bring it
much
in.
quicker if you don't do the turns.
Yeah, if you just go straight across,
straight line.
Those damn turns, that's what's slowing you down.
Up the apex, Yeah.
I made my own apex. Actually, they were repaving and they were going to take the octopus out for one of the repaves. So
no, they got to leave it there. I hate it, but I love it.
Okay.
I hate it, but I love it. It's a really good part of it. But unfortunately, that was my black flag. Had to confess my sins, and we had a unique black flag challenge where we had to use. Was that for mine? I think. Or
no, I got
forgiven. I was forgiven.
Yeah.
It came over the radio that so Mike comes running into the garage, yelling, "Everyone, I need you to suit up right now. Sean got a black flag. I need you to suit up." And I'm thinking, oh crap, we need a new driver. And me, Ollie, Heather were all like, do we put on our gear? Do we have to go out there? Do we have to be on pit road? Do we have to pull something in? It's like, no, we got to be in there to harass him because he's the first one to get that flag. Yeah, we got to get in character now.
Everyone.
Showtime. That actually helps with the judging. So don't look down on that.
But it worked. It worked. So
it worked.
Okay, so we got 1, 2. I believe there was a third black flag.
I had a third. So we did have a shunt that weekend, and that was me. So Marzo built a car that has a lot of pace for a Class C car, judges.
I'm looking at the results right here. I believe it says A.
Just see what you did there.
I believe it says A. I
was a clerical error.
Well, so the car's got a lot of pace, and I was pushing, and
it's the 15th fastest car, dude.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Holy crap! I didn't look that close to the numbers.
Compared to the times,
you built a quick car. If one of 3 idiots didn't get a black flag, that would have been and some more laps. But so I was fighting. I think it was a Ford Focus. I think it was like glue sticks.
Oh, glue sticks, yeah.
Yeah, I never found them in the paddock to apologize. I owned the incident. So I was chasing them for maybe 1-2 laps, and I knew at some point we're gonna get out of traffic. I'm gonna get this overtake. It's gonna happen. The car's got the pace. It's gonna happen. It happened Saturday too, I think. However, Sunday, we're going into turn 9. They're kind of mid-track. I'm inside on the right. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna brake a little bit later, and then I must be George Russell because they turned in on me. And
it's always the other guy.
always. But You know,
true race driver in a banana tuxedo.
That's right. So that was my black flag. If I was a little more patient, I think I would have got the overtake probably into turn 1. But it had to be turn 9, and then it wasn't.
So I'm entertaining myself. I'm just scrolling a little bit. I'm looking at your lap times versus glue sticks. You were 15th fastest, and I'm up to 50, still going. Still going. Still going. Glue sticks. Nope. Great globs of oil. Man, they were slow.
What was the name of their team? They did well. I think they beat us, but
Oh, it wasn't the glue sticks team racing. It was the old glue sticks car.
yeah, it was old glue sticks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't look it up then. But anyway, there's one thing you need to learn. When there's 130 plus cars out on the track, there is no line.
Yeah.
No.
There is no I turned in. There is no I got turned in. It's like the parkway in the morning, You just kind of you do what you got to do, and there's no guys with blue lights on top of their cars. Which
but chest hair and a gold chain and pasta on the roof, doesn't that give us some right away? I mean, it's got to give
Demands
some
a little respect.
They disrespected us.
Oh, respect, yeah.
They didn't realize who it was. They obviously didn't know that you knew a guy, and it's fine.
Sometimes you got to remind them.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah,
I mean,
Wally, you won't see him no more.
We did. We took care of it.
Yeah, exactly. So altogether, a great race. You guys came in. Let's see, you beat us in one of our cars. You lost to you lost to 2 of our cars, but that's okay. You did well.
Did you beat the truck?
You did beat the truck barely.
Right. I'll take that.
Barely. Now let's talk about that because while you bring it up, I got to change it from speed. You came in. Let's see, 44th. Now, the truck came in 51st. So you beat the truck by a whopping, 9 laps. However, let's look at the speed, shall we?
Oh, here we go.
The truck ran a fastest lap of a 151, essentially. You ran a fastest lap of a 141. Now, after 330 some laps of 10 seconds a lap on average faster than us, why are you only 9 laps ahead, people?
Because that 141 was like the last lap on Sunday. I think
it was
Brian,
the last lap.
It was literally the last lap.
Last lap.
Lap.
But prior to that, we were lapping pretty good, I thought, throughout the weekend.
So just to further defend your lack of feeble excuse, our 150 was set on lap 306 of the weekend when we only did 325. So next excuse you wish to
how many
drivers?
It was raining, didn't you? We didn't have the right tires on.
How many black flags did that truck get?
1.
How many drivers?
See, there's the thing. There
4.
might have been. We had to do a little construction work, and it took the whole team to do that construction work. So,
so let's see if we get the take home, people. Let's follow this. You're 10 seconds a lap faster, and you're only 9 laps deeper after 320 laps. What perhaps would have made you be a little higher up on the rating? Anyone? Bueller?
Maybe not that black flag. Where we
got there's an idea. Perhaps. You know how many laps you do when you're sitting in the judge station with or without the confessional? Not a lot. And the 1 lap you do while you're in the judge's station is very slow. Like 10 minutes, maybe more. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just an idea.
It is a killer. But even with the bribing, we thought the bribing would get us, a little bit of some additional, extra laps or down laps,
well, I mean,
I've been bought a get out of jail free card.
They get you through faster. They don't make it so you don't have to come in.
Yeah.
So
we'll get a little more elite.
What have we learned? What have we learned?
Don't Sean.
Not to race in lemons.
I don't. I'm looking at this crew. I'm like, none of you are smart enough to say that. So try for something else. Perhaps, just perhaps, less black flags. don't run out of talent. I'm just saying.
That's easier said than done, though.
I haven't had a black flag in 4 years.
So you just jinxed yourself now.
That's fine.
You know that.
And that's why you're running 159s.
Well, so to be fair and defend myself, A, I didn't race in the car this time. B, it was driven by
well, it's real easy to not get a black flag if you're not in a car.
So you managed.
I've gone 50 years without a black flag.
Okay. I'm close to 40 races. It's okay, Mr. Racing first time with a black flag, so it's fine. If you want to, we can go to a NASA event and I can be your instructor for you and apparently get you out of doing black flags. But that's fine. Just bring the meatballs. It'll be fun. So what's your plan for the next festivities? Are we going to do another race this season? Or are we calling it a victory and
looking for Thompson this year? We're going back for Thompson for nothing else other than to just finish. I just want to finish Thompson and put a bookend on that one.
Okay, always good.
Somebody, I actually had a customer come in this week. And we were talking over things, and he actually knew me from Lemons. I'd worked on his cars before, and he's like, Summit Point, they just put that on the schedule this year. That's not far. And I was like, ooh, that sounds like a nice one. I'd like to try that. So we might try for Summit as well.
You know what else might be good? It's not this season. Let's talk pit race.
I think pit race is something we should definitely consider for next year. I think that's as terrible as the weather is. I still think we should go out and check it out.
It's our pretty much top team favorite track by almost everybody.
It's strange.
I tried it out in some of the sims, and it seems like a really nice track.
Yeah, it's strange they don't change the scheduling on that, though, to kind of get them a little bit better in the season, a little bit better timing.
Well, they want to have the races in each of the areas like every month or so. And once you're in a time slot at a racetrack, it's tough to switch time slots because there's other people
I'm sure there's lots of logistics. I'm sure
it's juggling cats. It's not even herding cats. So cats tend to not be very happy being juggled just for the home game players. All right, so we're looking at that. You guys are silly enough to do this again. Is there any further upgrades? They're juggling cats. Okay, all right. Why do I say things with this crew? Anyway. All right, very well. I would grab my cat, but she's round. So is there further updates that we can expect for this theme, or are we staying where we're at, status quo, or are we going even higher, or are we going to change it up, or are we going to
it's a rough one. Like if you'd have asked me last year after we were done, what could we do to top what we did, I tell you I don't know. And we came back this year and did what we did.
Yeah, it was almost double.
And I don't know what we can do after this. I know the team is probably already thinking about it. I would be more than happy to do whatever. It's kind of in the team's hands right now. My job is keep the car rolling, and everybody else can work on theme from here on out. I got my check mark. I'm happy. So whatever they want to do from here on out, I'm happy with.
We're working on new logos and badging. I can't imagine we're going to change the base theme at this point.
Yeah.
I think it's going to start looking like a Barnum and Bailey circus rolling into NJMP, though. We're going to have trailer loads of stuff, just props. And then, by the way, we're bringing a car, but it's going to be, he had a couch strapped to the front of a trailer with the K truck on the trailer. And then the confessional strapped to the top of that. Like, it was insane. People probably seeing this stuff going down the road thinking, where are these guys going? And I mean, it's
at
more
some
about
point we're going to need an actual church.
Team meeting.
You said it's going to start looking like a circus. What? You lost me back after anything after that. I just totally. Okay.
Yeah.
So Mr. Marzo, does that mean you're no longer driving? You're just mechanicking?
No, this year, just the way it played out, I was really planning to have two cars this year because, one
Mm-hmm.
is not easy. There's not enough to handle with one car.
Mm-hmm.
And just the way it played out, we didn't get the second car built. And I had a couple of people that were involved, like total. And just the way the numbers worked, it worked better if I didn't drive this year,
Right.
just for the fact of like, I wanted to first year we did it, we had 10 drivers, which is way too many. But it was enough to get everybody together, to get them in, to start the car. This year, I wanted to make sure drivers had like actual opportunities to drive. Last year, we were doing 20-minute stints, and that's as the guy who helped us build the cage said, like that's almost enough time to get acclimated to what you're doing before you have to come in.
Yep.
And I wanted everybody to like have good time in the car. You can build a groove, you can really start moving with it. Um, and so that's what we ended up doing. And that way, we had 5 drivers and it was enough time, we ran about an hour stint. Everybody had a good enough, like, you get in, you get out, you're not completely waxed when you get out of the car. You're not, it made things work a little bit better logistically. But I'm definitely driving Thompson. I'm definitely driving Summit.
Say pit race. Say pit race.
And pit race coming.
There we
in the
go.
following year.
That's what we like to see.
We'll see what happens next year if we've drummed up enough interest to get, I bought a car to build the second car, then I sold that car, and now I have another car that I could still use for a second car. So we'll see how it plays out.
Mm-hmm. Well, keep me in mind if you do pit race, because I can moonlight, fill in, do what you need. Let me know. It'll be fun.
I think you can handle that.
Okay, very good. All right, so job well done, people. One of the best themes we've seen, and I think you guys brought it big. And last year was big. This year was bigger. So I don't know that there's much more room, but looking at this crowd.
I was going to say we set the bar high, but I actually think we set it low, right? Like that's the idea. We didn't want to set it high.
Either direction works. It's just you just have to keep going up, or
all right.
I was pretty proud when I was walking around the just the parking lot. I'm not even going to say what I was looking for, but that people were recognizing what team I was on, just how I was dressed. Like
you guys didn't blend. I hate to tell you, I don't.
My bright orange tracksuit was not subtle. I was going for inconspicuous.
They wanted you in yellow. So
yes, yellow. I mean, the only team you might have got confused with was maybe the Elmos team, but it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. So I think last year was a little bit of a kick in the pants, but you guys took it. You grew from it. You did even better. I think you probably did better than you thought you could have done, and wanted to congratulate you and have you guys back on and say thank you for doing that. And all of Lemons was very pleased to have you guys out there.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Thanks so much, man.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We will call that a podcast, and I'm shocked I was able to get through this with, this many people. And
what are you saying?
Well, it's the quantity of people and then specifically the people. But anyway.
Hey now.
That's personal. Yes. So job well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.